Hello and welcome to another update video about silver. Quite an impressive rally we've had here end of the week, and we talked about the potential bullish scenario that could be unfolding here in the yellow wave count. It is still worth tracking it. I have basically potential 5 waves up off the October low. 5 waves up, not the most pretty 5 waves, but as I said in the videos last week, we can live with it. Yeah, it's okay. We can accept it. It's valid. Therefore, I gave you a key support of $21 against which we said we could focus on higher for anybody who looks for further upside, for maybe long entries or something, you know, a support level to watch for, because if that level breaks, the yellow wave count is basically getting, let's say, eventually invalidated most likely. Yeah, because the $21 level was last week when I communicated it, the critical support. We never want a price to break below the 78.6 fib or it's losing support. Now that level did hold. I will take that support area off the chart now that we actually continued higher. And we talked in the last video about this area up there, this ellipse basically, you know, the target for the third wave. And this is what we now need to see next week. We need to see that to be reached, sort of the area here between the 1.236 and the 1.618 extension level. That's a main area that we eventually want the price to blast through. This would be further confirmation that indeed the yellow wave count is playing out. After that, we want a wave 4 and a wave 5. If we get these 5 waves, we have a larger degree 5 wave move up, and that might land around $25, $26 essentially. Yeah, there is also resistance around the $25.40 level. So if we get there, then we have 5 waves up on the larger time frame and also the larger degree. And after those 5 waves, we can look for a 3-wave pullback that we could use to, use it for a pullback trade, basically a pullback setup in an uptrend. Because when we get these 5 waves up, we can say that, okay, with a certain likelihood, the trend has changed finally from a downtrend into an uptrend, and we could be on our way in this third wave rally. As you might remember, we've been tracking bullish scenarios for silver for a long time now. Actually, since down here, since the September lows, I think at the time the price dipped into our support area, turned around where it needed to, and I'm talking about September last year, gold as well, and we have 5 waves up, okay? We discussed before, okay, is it a 1-2-1-2 setup, or is it one large wave 1 and a large wave 2? That's what I prefer now. Even though the 1-2-1-2 thesis hasn't been invalidated, but the price has come down too low to make it reliable. So I count it as all of wave 1, all of wave 2. Something more bearish is of course possible, but as long as we're holding bullish support, not needed to really entertain and too much, to entertain too much, okay? That's why we've got these support levels on the chart, because the support levels tell us when we have to focus on something more bearish. When they break, when the floor starts to crack, we can do that. Also, I showed you a bearish scenario in the last few videos, you know. At the moment, we explore if a lasting low has been established. We only have 3 waves up overall of the low. Yes, we had 5, but that would be only the first wave of a larger 5-wave move. So this is 1 wave. Then this could be the wave 2, and the third wave is unfolding now. Only if we really break above that target there eventually in 5 waves, we can say that, yeah, the likelihood for another low in what would be the orange wave count here has reduced. Okay, so we either bottomed or we get one more low in the orange wave count. That's sort of what I'm following at the moment primarily. So that's what actually need to be, 1 second. Yeah, this needs to be orange, 1 second. So yeah, and now I gave you already the target for the third wave to the upside. Next, resistances. So we have Fibonacci resistance at $23.07. And then we have further resistance around $23.45. These are levels to watch for next week. And for anybody who's looking for a key invalidation point in the short term, key invalidation point at the moment is the $21.75 level or $21.70 level. You could call it the make or break point here on the silver chart, because this is the low of a wave 2. I mean, if that level breaks to the downside, then yeah, we had 5 waves up, 3 waves down, And this would just be basically an ABC structure then, most likely, okay? Because to maintain the upside pressure and to maintain the idea of a 5-wave move to the upside, this level needs to hold. We cannot take out the wave too low. It would invalidate the structure. So this would then put emphasis on the orange wave count, where we just rallied in a corrective structure and make another low. So this is not off the table. It's not off the table. Anybody who used it, just an example, this is just an idea, okay? Just an idea, for example, here for a strategy. I mean, anybody who entered here in the support area, which is basically a trend reversal area, okay? Anybody who entered here, for example, with a long position, or entered when we had the small dip, even though that was really just a short dip. I mean, we're now rallying into resistance. You might want to move up your stop. You might want to take some partial profits. That's essentially up to you. But I think it is reasonable, given that we are now rallying into the region where we come towards, let's say a decision if this was only a 3-wave rally or if it's going to be a 5-wave rally. But that ultimately depends on your own strategy. You could also employ some hedging techniques here. That's obviously always possible. But yeah, I mean, the upside potential, I mean, this could go in that yellow 5-wave move, certainly close towards the $25 level. Okay, maybe even a little higher. So this is something that we are watching next week. Structural resistance also here around $23.50 and $23.70. That's just structural resistance. And then up there around the $25 mark. So there's a lot of work for the bulls to do to really break through here. But the best scenario we could get now for the bulls would be a clean 5-wave impulse with the parameters outlined, and then a 3-wave pullback in the next couple of weeks or so, maybe into the price range where we are now, okay? Because after 5 waves, if we retrace like 50%, this could provide the next entry point for really the heart of a 3rd-wave rally, which could take us to $30 plus. That's my update about silver. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in updates about stocks and shares, the S&P 500, then check out our stocks and S&P service. We launched it last week. You can find the link in the video description. We have daily updates about the S&P 500. We do the NASDAQ occasionally, and then regular updates about stocks and shares. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.